Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I am going to explore your subconscious mind so that you can discover what it means to dream about death. That spirit that appears to guide your life, which is the end of your existence, because an unknown entity of superior origin has decided that it should be so. If you notice, when we dream about death, the fact that you are somehow obsessed with a lack of control immediately arises as a psychoanalytic element, mainly because you cannot complete what you had set out to do. Well, that's what we are going to be talking about here. But before going into the analysis, in case you don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert. I am a psychoanalyst with more than 30 years of experience, and in case that you want to have a psychoanalysis sessions with me, or in case you want the psychoanalysis of one of your dreams, just send me an email to the one that I am going to leave you here below in the description of this video, and that appears here in your screen, so I can tell you how you can join into my consultation. Now, back to what it means to dream about death. This is a very important dream because from the outset, it is revealing to me that you are going through a phase of your life where in reality, it is you who wants something of your existence to be finished. It is you who wants a part of your life to die. That is why the figure of death is presented in your subconscious, because even if you do not want to admit it, you long for the end of something to occur. It can be a relationship, even a friendship relationship, or the way you interact with one of your family members. This can also be applied to your work area. Maybe you have started a project with which you are not satisfied and you want it to die, to finish it. But it is you who does not dare to give the final blow. Well, the same applies to relationships. It is likely that if you meet death in a dream, you want to end that relationship because it no longer satisfies you, and death acts as a symbolic figure to express that desire that is in your unconscious. The fact that you want to end everything because you think that if you do, you will feel free. But as I said, you don't want to do it because that means taking responsibility for your own existence. Then what happens? Death appears in your dream to show that you are giving someone else the responsibility to end that aspect of your life that you no longer want to continue to exist. But here comes the most interesting thing about this matter. Because in practice, when you dream of death, clearly you are expressing your own desire to die. Please do not misunderstand me. Not literally, but figuratively. It is not that the fact that death occurs in your dreams implies that you have suicidal wishes, but rather that there is something in your life that you want to get rid of. But you do not dare to do it because dying on a symbolic level or a dream level, as we are talking about here, implies that you must deal with a new beginning. Precisely what you do not dare to do. And here is the key of all this matter. Why do you not dare to kill what does not work for you? Well, because all your fears, anguishes, frustrations, anxieties and depressions manifested by this dream, which is a symptom of what is happening in your unconscious, they are originated from the fact that you do not dare to deal with the unknown. And that is why it is very clear to me why you are dreaming of death. Because in practice, you know that a part of your life has already died, but you do not want to accept that it has come to an end. Deep down, This is a dream that reflects your own desire to end what no longer works for you, but also your fear of doing it, because if you do, you will have to face what you fear the most. Precisely what we talked about at the beginning of this video. The lack of control that you only achieve as you deal with situations that are familiar to you. Now, to me, this raises a very interesting issue, because if you think about it, in case you are in a relationship, you could be living in a relationship in which you do not want to be for years, simply because you do not dare to kill that relationship. Do you notice that part of your being with which you are not happy? That's what I meant by the dream, that it is you who wants death, but you are also afraid of it. Now, in the event that you are in a relationship that is happy and death appears, this does not mean that you want to end the whole relationship, but perhaps with an aspect of it with which you are not very happy. But what I say is reiterated. It is you who does not dare to do it, because you fear that if you do, the whole relationship could collapse. Do you notice that the idea of fear of the unknown is reiterated? Because it is precisely the complex of your unconscious that this dream is revealing. And that is the energy that we need to release, redirect, and interconnect, because in case you are doing a depressive process, anguish, anxiety, or frustration, well, you will find explanation in the fact that it is very difficult for you to deal with your desire to kill those aspects of your existence that do not work for you. To me, this dream suggests that you need to regain the flexibility of the energy of your psyche, and that you are the type of person who thinks that you should always live the same way. You do not conceive of change for your own benefit, because somehow you associate the change with betrayal or a lack of trust that others, or actually those who are important to you, may have regarding to you. So, why have you started dreaming about death? Well, because that energy of your unconscious, the one that wants to kill what you do not like, what does not work for you, has begun to struggle to come out to the surface of your conscious self, which product of this represents that part of your being that is tried to join it. And that is what in turn is causing you to feel depression, anxiety, anguish, frustration, or the external symptom through which your psyche is expressing what is happening to you. Therefore, through this dream, it is very clear that you are going to get frustrated as a fear symptom when that desire to kill something that does not work for you becomes very clear. But you will not know that this is happening. But if you get angry or depressed without having an explanation for it, it is these forces of your unconscious that are operating in your psyche. You want to be the parka of your own life, I mean some aspect of your existence, but you don't dare to do it because that is clashing with what you learned in your childhood, when your ego state was developing. In other words, things should remain forever because that's what noble people did, good people. But in the present, that model no longer works for you, because there are things that in your existence necessarily have to change. And that is why, as long as you do not dare to admit that there is something that is very important to you, but that you want it to end, you will not have peace in your psyche, because that is what this dream is revealing in relation to what you want to do. As you can see, this is a much more complex dream than it might seem, so you have to pay close attention in case you see yourself in a dream in the company of death. For the same reason, you already know that if you want me to psychoanalyze some of your dreams or have therapy sessions with me, just send me an email to the one that I leave you below in the description of this video, so that I can tell you the way in which you can integrate into my consultation. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if it helped you in any way, and share it so that others can access to this kind of knowledge. Have a wonderful day, and with it, the most beautiful dreams. Bye!